Okay, alright. Alright, take two with no audio popping. This definitely sounds much better. Alright. I've already seen this opening cutscene. I saw this opening cutscene in my first attempt. But I don't know the context beyond it. Alright, let's start up then.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder.
There he is.
Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
What is that voice?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. And it can be locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Dumb name. You should have just made it Sherlock Holmes. But I guess copyright claim and stuff. My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Wait, I can't move. Jeez. Ah, what the? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, Oh. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are true cold-blooded man. You. You found me then. Da, found you. And now you pay. Gimino. Why is it spelled with a K? How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe? Ugh, sorry. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, We're getting blamed for another murder. Jeez. No, I'll tell you everything. The only one thing I'd like to know from you isn't that... Oh, it's you. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Mr. Susato. Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Oh no. Where is he? Where's Chasm? Oh no. Ah, but then you did not know? You're a wolf in the sheep's pelt. Oh no. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Kazuma's body was discovered not long ago. No, it's just like 1, 2. Here, in this very cabin. That was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. These handcuffs. Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-san's life? Answer me, please! No. No! Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Oh, 2 weeks later. Oh wait, I sure you won't get into trouble? I should have read that. I didn't realize this was different. Ha 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 ha. Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? Oh, we are on our way to England. I see. We were both on the way to England. He was on his trip, and he just put me in as a stowaway, so we both can come. It's really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewmate just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was gonna die. Yes. Still can't quite believe that. Really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. That's a pretty big case. But yeah, it does look pretty small for a human. You must be even less a man than you look. Oh. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Speaking of weed, well, it's about 50 days till we dock in Great Britain. 50 days, jeez. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. Get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? Or faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we've done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about time steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. Anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes. But if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason, then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I'll tell you what. Why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it on over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. Is that the piece of paper we had in our from the intro cutscene? We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Ah, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stay away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susato-san? Please tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. There's something I would like to ask of you too. Ah, those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Hey, we're talking. Finally. It's about time we start doing some investigation. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? And they found him! The cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a portal or window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't escape these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been someone inside the cabin. What do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. I want to guess it has something to do with the katana. Cause of death is still undetermined. What? Okay. They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor examining the body. But of course, he had no post-mortem analysis experience. I suppose we should learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes. About the incident. Can anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. What? Please. What did you say? You were here in the cabin after all. Stop doubting me. Well, yes, I was, but... You would always wait for dawn to do training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then he started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when he managed to get inside... It was Kazuma-san, collapsed on the floor. white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I have no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. It's all very hard to believe for me too. Trust me. I don't. Now I've told you everything I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. Still throbbing like anything. Oh, 2 new ones. Stowaway. Why are you even on board the ship? Never heard of something? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now. I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you that, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself? Well, yes, you did say that. But I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. What? Okay. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. Just something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Oh. Susato-san, I'm sorry that you kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. Oh no, Kazuma-sama. I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. I think he did mention that too. Yeah, that's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. Last night. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep? Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yes. Not much of an alibi. I know it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do. But it's the truth. He doesn't even have a motive. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please forget it. Susada-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it.
I really don't want to doubt you. The trouble is, there's no one else who could have possibly have done this.
Kazuma, I don't understand why. Why does this have to happen? Ah, I can't take this.
Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen.
I'm sorry. Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen.
Well, what do you propose to do then?
I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life, and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Oh yeah! What? Did you just kick me? What the?
That was a Susada takedown.
Oh, she threw me. Susada what? Her martial art form is dead.
I'm going to need you to prove it.
Sorry? Prove it?
Yes, you're innocent. I need evidence.
But how? I'm supposed to.
Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law.
Ah, I see. She expects me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susada-san to believe me. I'll show you some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. It says keep out in Japanese, and I'm not sure the Russian crew can actually read it.
Yes!
Oh, jeez, I'm nervous again. Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors?
Yes, it was. I remember it clearly.
I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well.
Ah! Yes, of course.
Can we stop this upside down picture? This is getting kind of weird.
The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before you opened them.
But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, it's quite true. Oh, that's a good point too. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma.
Well, even if you are sprawling hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-san thought so highly of you.
Thank you, Susada-san. Now, do you think perhaps you can help me up? He's got handcuffs on, he can't get up himself. There we go.
Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating here at least.
Thank you. So do you finally believe me?
I'm sorry. No.
What?
I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring to put the sign back up in its position.
I completely botched that sentence, but what? You think I can use magic? What did you think I am, a magician? Yeah. I'm not Maximilian Galactica.
For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same.
Alright, let's get to work, Susada-san.
Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts.
Oh?
I should be watching you to make sure you don't do nothing that might disturb the crime scene.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna be like... I don't want to say, in case someone else watches this game, but you're reminded me of someone else from a different Ace Attorney game.
I like when you use your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example.
Stop! I can't like cast flare and burn everything to the ground. Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigation. Blah. I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Cosmo, I swear. I'll avenge your death. Jeez, man. Wait. Converse? Why is it's converse and not? I like how the move is a wag. Is converse and not like talk? It's kind of weird. Oh, jeez, what are you doing in here? Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewmate makes of the scene of crime. Excuse me. What? I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke.
He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty.
Might have useful information though. I'll have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Yeah, of course not. Now back to corner of room and make silent. I say no more to you. Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there. You seemed a little flustered.
Oh dear, that won't do.
Oh, what's the matter, Susada-san?
Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly.
Ah yes, that's not good.
I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san?
Oh. So, blah blah blah. I know how to investigate. I know how to investigate. Blah blah blah. Let's do that. Suppose my field is rather small too now. Yeah, I know. Let's see here. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink.
He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Did I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage?
I can't read Russian. I don't know what that says.
Poor Kazuma-sama. No wonder he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it.
I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing.
I don't think that's Japanese, Naruto-san.
What? Then, in what language is it?
Pains me to admit, but I don't know.
It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? I guess these guys have never seen how Russians write. That's definitely Russian. Oh, okay, cool. It does give you a little check mark. Oh, the entire the body is that. A little bit of blood here and something like a broken piece of. That's a broken bell. What do you think that is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever that thing is, it appears to have broken clean in two.
The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Nitsuki fastener from a kimono outfit.
You mean something like what you'd be wearing? I'm not sure that sounds like costume. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like that around with him, would he?
And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? Yes, a sort of brick-like hue.
Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? It's dried up blood, you doofuses. Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in this cabin. I mean, I guess it's his first time. He probably doesn't know what blood actually is, or what blood dries up to be. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me.
Memories? What do you mean?
Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case.
Ah, yes. I see it says, "This way up" in Japanese.
Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. That's a damn good point. I was turned over and over and over. And then I was tossed on the floor in here.
Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds.
Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Oh, jeez.
This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing.
Diary. London Diary. Yep, there you go. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. Aww. Aww. He was halfway through the book, too. Looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means, what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. Could be a valuable clue.
Yeah!
Oh, what?
That's out of the question.
What?
Kazuma said a man's part of this, but you must not read his private thoughts.
Stupid girls and their diaries. But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Damn it. We're gonna need to figure out what that says eventually.
Poor Kazuma-sama.
I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. In this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Exactly. What? Got a fallen trophy here. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way.
And what's this? The statue of some god at sea? Although he's fallen over as well.
Alright, Poseidon trophy. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked. And everything mown down all at once.
I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think?
What? I seriously doubt it.
Then perhaps it was you, Naruto-san, in a fit of rage? What?
I wouldn't bother leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder?
Well, I'll just set everything straight up again. I don't like to see a mess.
Don't mess with the crime scene, please. No, I can't stop her. Alright, fine. What does it say? These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burya.
It's essential. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board.
It looks like it's options for Russian and English. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Oh no! No, poor pets! What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking.
Are you more of a dangerous object or pet? What?
I can't decide.
Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Alright, well. Nothing, not the horn. Okay, let's talk about the war.
It's been 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruto-san?
I think living isn't quite the right description. I've been going in there to Narnia every night. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout.
The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in that wardrobe. Last night was no exception.
Because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin?
No, sadly not. Let's see here. Here's this katana.
That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. I never went anywhere without it.
I need a drink, hold on. Alright. Yes, he was always saying that's a Japanese man's katana, and that Japanese man's katana is his soul.
I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip.
I suppose that just shows how important it was to him. And now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. I got a feeling it's gonna be the murder weapon. Here's the door.
I went for help, and the crewmen forced the door open. This bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt, not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense up. All up and down on my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Yes, it's a clever trick, isn't it?
I'd have it for you detective stories myself. Oh, and you even got a broad book with you.
But the door of this cabin is framed by made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
Damn it. She glares at me like that. I feel pins and needles all up and down on my spine. Wasn't me, I swear. There's a knife down there. That's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty. Really? And that's not a T-bone steak? I'm gonna keep making that reference, I swear.
Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat on the floor here?
I'm not a dog to satisfy. I ate on the table, of course. Which begs the question of, when and how did the plate end up on the floor? I've noticed we haven't actually collected any evidence. We've just been looking around the room and just, with just like information, but we haven't actually picked up any actual evidence.
Kazuma-sama didn't like the chicken at all, did he?
No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant that all the more for me. Yummy, yummy.
Oh no! Does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent the last night on this earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible.
Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Oh no, he's hungry. The dinner knife is not a thing. Here's the table. This messed up table.
There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still. No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all.
So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama.
No. Jeez. Got a hanging scroll. Seiji. The Japanese words for justice. Oh, that makes sense. The brush strokes are straight and true. Just like Kazuma.
Yes, His calligraphy was always was the reflection of his heart. Yet you, can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing you drew them so thoughtfully?
Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Stop staring at me!
Even though you stowed away on the ship?
Now you're gonna bring that up, are you? I can't win. Okay, is there something I missed? I thought that was everything. Oh, wait, the ink. Oh no, the ink's gonna be connected to that. Is it a picture frame? I did see this up here. Yeah, okay, there's something up here.
I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin.
Isn't that a little odd?
What do you mean?
Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Okay.
Yes, it would appear to. You're right.
But if its purpose is to allow fresh air in the room, surely it should be connected to the outside.
That's true.
Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way when the seas are out, or something like that. I suppose. Maybe that's it. Oh, what? You weren't there before. Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. Oh wait, that's Sherlock or Herlock Sholmes. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European.
Oh, how did he?
You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall, suspiciously tall. He's sus.
No, Hura-san, don't tell me.
Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. That's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Cosmo's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell.
Well, in that case, we simply must talk to him.
Oh, it's the Maya pose! With the fists! Am I just imagining it, or does Susan look almost uncontrollably excited? Daw.
By the way, I expect that you noticed already, but just in case.
If you blah 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 blah, I know. Alright, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself.
Well, please do.
See him in. Converse. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh. This is a critical point in my investigation. I think I'm just gonna give him a stupidly low voice for some reason. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly.
Yes, perhaps it would be for the best.
Greetings. Oh my what exactly were you doing on Cosmo's desk just now? Ugh. I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train recently has run its course. My detections have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Afghanistan? Sorry? What? And now, let's return toward foreign crimes. You find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that? Perhaps it was really the most elementary
It was really the most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps introduced anything else?
But of course, a great many things. There's no mystery, dear madam. For example, you fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. Russia? What? You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now you travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. What the heck? 16 victims? What is this, Danganronpa? And when the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Press X to doubt. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, are you? Certainly I am. You see another in this cabin who fits the bill? Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-san. What? You think I'm Russian? What? And you're plotting a revolution too? It's shameful behavior now, absolutely wicked. No, listen. There's no way I... Hey, well, please don't. Explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. What was that theme? How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction is that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Yeah, but wasn't that right? With venturing toward fallen climbs, you do find yourself in the most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, the ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Oh, burn! Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon observations of trifles. You see, I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. Ha! I don't think you've introduced yourself. My apologies. How remiss of me. I'm none other than the greatest detective of this century, known to men and women all the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. Still think that's a dumb name. So, it's really you, the actual Sherlock Holmes. The very same, the inimitable, actual Sherlock Holmes. Do you know this man, Susuda-san? The most famous detective in the world? Never heard of son. Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked the entire case already, I'm sure. Oh, jeez. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Every single detective in this game has been wrong at least like 15 times. In this series, I mean. Alright. Great detective. In quotes. I feel like this deserves a... So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed. Another one and only Sherlock Holmes. Don't bruise his ego, please. Oh, I see. You're German. Herlock. Was it?
No, I have no air. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Rand's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interesting articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially.
Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then.
Indeed.
And you've read so many of your own stories that you started to think you really are a detective.
Make no mistake. I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for.
Your inference is backward. Backward?
My trusty biographer records. My trusty biographer records records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine.
It took me a while to figure out what that sentence actually said.
You have a biographer, do you? Listen, everyone. Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson.
Presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson. Isn't that the same name as the victim of the last case? Dr. Wilson. Yeah!
I must say, thanks to the publication, I've been fantastically busy lately. Why, this very moment, I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Really? I can't work whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Deduction, you say, is to me a science. Logical reasoning is in its purest form.
A science? Really?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in a subject. A furtive glance, twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furs, and skin. All these things are data.
Right.
And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in a blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. And I demonstrated it only a few short moments ago.
No, your deduction was extremely flawed. How can you look me in the eye and claim that? I can't help but laugh a little bit.
So you see, I would term both observation and for deduction, and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholmes.
Kazuma's death.
Have you managed to deduce anything of this particular case yet? Haven't managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. There's the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. It's so weird actually getting to see the protagonist's hands or something other than what? No, never mind.
When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among the number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seemed to be an excellent fit, Mr. Neverhuda.
Ah!
The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh really? Two facts, you say? Ooh. Ooh. More stuff. Two facts. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into the cabin this morning?
Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yes, I understand. But what were they?
Allow me to elucidate. The two facts I did just a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian, killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. So, I'm not Russian. Our main character is Japanese, so that's a solid no there. Hold on, Mr. Schultz. What made you think the victim was Russian? Oh, the victim. He was talking about the victim. Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. I can't read that. Oh wait, that is the Russian wardrobe. What? I'm going to try to pronounce that. Do you really think Cosmo-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. This young man Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Gardrobe maybe the name of the killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps. Robert Gard. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Neruda sleeping soundly? Quite so, I found you. The renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you are acquainted. Then why do you think I killed him? As if my memory serves, the outfit is the traditional dress for the Russian people. What? No, it's not! A school uniform is the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea that the detective could get something so wrong. Also, why are we even wearing our school uniforms on a cruise ship? Or it's not really a cruise ship or whatever. I took a photograph of the victim in the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Oh no! This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Oh. Are you alright, Mr. Naruto? Oh, yes, thank you. Hey, we finally got more evidence. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russian before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that? Ah yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? More Russian I can't read. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian, and I don't speak Russian! Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you conclude about me, I mean? Now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. I'm not Monokuma. And even then, Monokuma wasn't Russian. Ah yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads, Revolutionary violent Bolshevik. Revolutionary violent Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Oh jeez. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered.
When was Kazuma Russian?
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes is concluding he was Russian because of what Cosmos wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Milan Bolshevik. What? No. How can it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you're a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well.
This idiot. Please.
And, I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. May I see more?
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
What about the other details? 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower. Ah, yes. The journalism clearly interviewed the man and printed all the particulars in this article. The deeds of the man is perpetrated thus far, and those he was plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik is included. There can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder?
And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated in this article.
Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan.
Where even is it anyway? I don't know exactly where Afghanistan is, other than somewhere in Asia, somewhere in like Middle Asia. This Afghanistan place.
Here, take the paper for yourself. As a little memento of this great touching.
Oh, thank you.
I've absorbed all that is interest within his pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby.
Okay, whatever.
And you may find the article on the back page of Adventures as well.
On the back?
Cast your eye over it sometime. If the interest takes you, then you may need someone to interpret.
It's all written in Russian. I can hope to read it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Alright, let's actually take a look at this. Girl! This is interesting.
Can we find something relevant now or something?
Oh no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. That might be interesting.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
Nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful Russian princess, do you think?
She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you?
I don't know. Can't make any sense of it.
Ah, I'm glad you noticed this article. Ah! Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes.
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night.
Disappearance?
Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
It would appear that the woman was in costume when she was found missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth 20,000 rubles.
Rebels? Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. Must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato's eyes They're shining like diamonds themselves. Aww. The tiara is the property of the Village Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recruit both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They requested international assistance in all ports of sailings to Great Britain.
Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
I'm going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruto.
Yay! What else do we have? Oh, okay. So now these are two completely different articles. I'm just gonna look at this. Yeah. Look inside the nose. What? Looks like there's actually a bark on the nose. Yeah, that's definitely. This looks like there's something there. I might not be seeing anything. What is that? Yeah. Keep out.
Ah, these must be the remnants of the glue you used to stick the paper seal on the wardrobe.
That's right. Those pulverized rice.
Pulverized rice?
Yes, I pulverized some of the rice for my evening meal, even though it broke my heart. Oh.
Broke your heart? What do you mean?
Remember, I'm a stowaway on the ship. All I had to eat was Cosmo's leftovers. Even a couple of grains of rice could have meant the difference between life and death.
Oh my, must have been awful for you, Naruto-san. Buy some glue with me, as I haven't. You're welcome to use it this evening.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, well, that was weird. Look at this badge! You know what? You know what? You know what? I haven't done this yet. Look at this badge! Mr. Sholmes, what do you make of this?
Shh, quiet. When I'm ruminating in the course of my deductions, nothing must disturb my mind.
Oh, so sorry.
Ah, an Indian curry, perhaps?
Indian? What's he rumming about? The lunch menu? Alright, let's talk about this last thing. What were you just investigating? Before we start talking, you were examining Cosmo's desk, weren't you?
Cosmo. Ah, yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a minute. Desktop of the victim. We can see the victim was engaged in penning some text.
London Diary. Cosmo was keeping notes of the trip. Yeah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people.
Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading.
Ah, you mean you've read it already?
It is my business to know what other people do. Yes, believe it or not. I know a smattering of Japanese.
Okay, well, at least we're gonna get information about what he actually wrote. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susada takedown is. Susada-san? Aren't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruto-san. What on earth do you mean?
Facepalm. Life is so unfair. Here's a fail fish.
Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely, this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to the details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, Mikado. Nado nado. I trust you suitably impressed.
Well, then what are we speaking now? English?
Ah. What This diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, which I can read precisely none. Ah ha ha ha! What the heck is that laughing spray? Or laughing pose? So, what was all that showing off about before then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I'd be happy to read to you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged, my dear madam. The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray, go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yeah, exactly. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Cool. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider, for the time being at least. Ah, do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writing in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I am still too long, the ceasing takes hold. Oh, I suppose. You think of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. Yeah, exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough. Well, at least he's got some sort of idea. He's not like a complete idiot. Do you think perhaps that we can go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No. There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. What do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. Oh, he's just naming me as a suspect, not as the actual culprit. Okay, that makes a little more sense. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you're clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. Oh, never mind. You quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. You are the culprit. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Now he's just being plain rude. Jeez, man. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruto-san, what are you just standing there for? You must go investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? Oh, wait, I can't. After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you willing to give up? You're roll over and accept your fate?
She she still she like turned 180 in a matter of seconds. And as if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's get on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Good idea.
The situation doesn't look too good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Cosmo to do everything I can to find a way out of this. Bring the real culprit to justice. No, there's another guy in here now. Is that?
Is something wrong there, Harrison?
Oh no, it's just that the crewman standing by the door. I can't help but feeling I've seen him somewhere before. What?
Oh, yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, what can I do for you? Oh, it's you. I recognize that face. But it can't be. You're still coughing up blood. It is.
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga.
Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped.
Nearly stopped, I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board the ship. Again?
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I could do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board. Perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Alright, well, first of all, look at this badge! Inspector, can I show you this? What the? Is that a fabled Imperial Yume University pin badge? I'm not sure if it's really fabled exactly, but... So, you're a genuine student then? Sorry? Nothing like me. With my regular schooling, you're something much greater. Is that what you were trying to say? Can I have my badge back, please? Oh, did he steal my badge for a second? Special orders. So what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes. Why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as SOG's son's bodyguard. What? Aww. It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asoji's son reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Oh no. Assassinated? How could that even have been a possibility? Who would have wanted him dead? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Mr. Jikoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Cosmo-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't get Asoji-san a viable security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time he'd been on board, from morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin, not here on the first class deck. I failed miserably on my assignment, and Asagi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Spectre. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help you now, just say the word. Yay! Permission to investigate? We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not.
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes. Yeah, oh yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you moved even or to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. How goes it? I just took a shower. Hey, hi, how are you doing, Count? I had some audio issues earlier, yeah, because it kept popping. My headset kept popping. I'm doing well. Thanks for showing up. And now I'm going to bed. Okay, good night. Oh, I didn't mean to push that button. Night, Count. But I don't see how.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Never-Son. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial.
A great stream. Thank you. Good night. So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. I know how this all works. Once again, look at this bed! I'm just kidding. The diary? What's that? It's Kazuma-san's diary. Or,
Just before he died, Kazuma somehow wrote something rather strange in his diary.
strange? In what way?
He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, I'm still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
The ventilator is clearly joined to the next door cabin. That's right. So if we can investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You willing to do that?
Yes. As long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain?
Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asoji-san safe. Is that the least I could do?
Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruto-san. We seize our destiny.
Just like move, blah blah blah. I know how this all works. I played Ace Attorney before. Alright. Yeah, we got it. Oh, she actually comments on this. Let's go to the first class passageway. Is that a mouse trap? Caution. Sorry about that. Headset just started slipping off. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Whew. I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It was less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on a study tour by the government. That's why I was being put in a first-class cabin. Even still, it's about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Oh, there's another guard over there. Oh, look over there. There's another crewman keeping watch. He looks enormous, even if he is sitting down.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs.
Naruto-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know. The thing is, I was inside Cosmo's trunk when I first came aboard. Ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
Must have been a very trying time for you.
Please don't give me that pitying look. Alright, let's examine. Let's go over here first. Look at this mouse trap.
Ah! A trap for catching mice!
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Chalk? What, is that not cheese?
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called, cheese.
Oh,
It's made from milk of cows.
what? They don't know what cheese is? Cheese? Wonder what that tastes like. They don't know what freaking cheese is? What?
You can't eat it, Naruto-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But... I suppose you're right.
You weren't actually gonna try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple weeks is Cosma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
Thank you. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin. Well, then why is the mouse trap right outside our door?
Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's.
Sorry.
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside your cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway go small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home.
These cabins are the finest on the ship. My own cabin is steerage, and steerage is number 539, by the way.
500 and... How many cabins are there? Jeez. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says, press only in times of emergency.
It also says caution.
Looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Oh, what? It stops the ship too? Reminds me of the Polar Express.
Oh, I have to see. What are you doing to her, Hassan? You mustn't touch it.
But it's an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in even worse situations.
Wish everything could just stop. The ship included.
If you have to do something that's foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect everyone else.
Alright. This is the cabin next door, isn't it? This is it. This is the cabin next door. The kids next door. The one the ventilator connected to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Oh, excuse me, we, need to get inside this cabin here.
It says I speak volumes. They're clearly saying, keep out.
That's what I wrote on the sign we put over the wardrobe doors. Although this man's version is definitely more effective.
It doesn't look like he's gonna let us pass.
That's a problem. Alright, what do you have to say? Well, actually, first let's check this out. There's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like a ship's log.
Shall we have a little look through it? I need another drink, hold on. Alright.
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing, no reaction at all. I thought I might appreciate the compliment.
I'm not sure that's rough and ready. That rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruto-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there's nothing to report. Huh. Ship section. It looks like the SS Buria. Or was it Beria? I think it's got berry in it. I'm gonna say Beria. SS Beria. It shows every deck. Look.
The Beria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge locomotive doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? There's a whole lot of signs to that. A lot of it involving buoyancy.
Oh, it's really quite simple, Naruto-san.
It is?
Well, considering the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they are known as lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. They don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
What? They're, the Japan's not just floating there. Jeez. Well, I suppose so. Ancient history, man. Alright, what do you have to say? Excuse me, but can I ask you something?
You little stowaway wanderer!
That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class ladies' maid!
Oh. We seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susuda-san.
I'm not a sailor. My mother gave me a name. I am senior crewman Biff Stroganoff.
Biff Stroganoff? Like beef stroganoff? The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. No music? Okay. First class cabin area. Mr. Stroganoff. About this first class cabin area.
Here we are in finest part of Boyar steamship for very important persons.
What sort of very important persons?
Government officials, kings and queens, traveling and secret. Many important persons. That is why I am always guarding this place.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal.
Thank you?
If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asaji's currently occupied? Duh.
Susuda-san, can you understand that? I'm assuming that's. I know that. I know what the actually. How to actually pronounce that. I forget me if it means yes or no though.
It's like, duh.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's probably Russian for yes or no.
I just explained that. Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there's someone in the next door cabin at least. So da means yes.
Yes, it is tantalizing.
Passenger in the next door cabin. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asaji's?
His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He is very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman.
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of a student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man such a man would have no interest in lowly stoner of insignificant Far East Islands.
That was harsh. I'm sorry if I'm insulting any sort of Russian people lurking. I just, I just like to get. I just think it sounds good in a stereotypical deep Russian voice.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Cosmo's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. What? Okay.
Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first class cabins, it must be rather important. Is that right? That is not your business.
Last night. What happened last night? Are you on watch here all time, Seaman Stroganoff?
Duh, all the time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is that about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Hey!
Susato-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
Okay, so het. I, it seems like in Russian, da is yes and het is no. Oops, I didn't mean to push that button. And you did hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? He turned his eyes.
I said, no!
Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he would catch my eye for a moment there. Yeah, that's definitely suspicious.
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh?
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
Yes, alright.
Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as the English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. Oh, sweet. Now he's gone. Alright, well, now we can look at this book. That book on top of the table upstairs. Blah, 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 blah. Sure, that's the ship's log. Should we look through it? Okay, now we can actually look through it. Oh, hold on, we've already read all this. Okay, here we go. Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably, that means there was nothing to report. Oh, wait, oh, pff. Okay, no, that was the exact same. That's the way to the second class area of the ship. There's something wrong. I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment there. Things aren't exactly going well for me. I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reached for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Oh, he's not here right now. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. No, I started with my talk of running away. And there's no way I can run while Cosmo's death remains a mystery anyway. Let's see where he's sitting. Can we go in this door now? Is he not here? This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. There's the ventilator. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I've already read all this. No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin. That's a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman. Stand aside. Oh, hi. I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Sholmes!
I shan't be stopped.
When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off the hinges. Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes! That door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't. And how to do so, I suppose. Can I dispatch the murder, this muscular urge? What prey can I kick? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Also, please don't kick me. Oh! Hey, it's that guy.
Who are you?
A Western gentleman. This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. Oh, woman, don't be absurd. As you can see, there's no one but me in this cabin. True, this old man does appear to be the only person here. But in that case, you just screamed. Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, but you are Mr. Grimsbury, I believe. Yes, that's me, and you are. I'm the one in the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard, no doubt. No. I'm a great detective. Great detectives. One adorns the cover of popular magazines notice. So you should. You may trust me completely. I think this man is already like my least favorite detective. But we'll see. This is still early game. The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within the... But there would appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe at this time. So might be, I suppose, I asked you to open that small trailer. What? You guys open that tiny case to see if he stuffed a lady inside of there? What? Don't be stupid. How can anybody put in a smoke trunk like that? Well, it's kind of fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk. Don't look at me. What? Oh my. Did you see that, Mr. Naruto? It was shaking. Yes, the case shook. Hopefully there's an animal in there. Leave, otherwise. Leave now, otherwise I'll call the steward. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimsbury Roylott. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. Man, I wish I didn't have audio issues early, because I might just stop here. Because it's past midnight already. Well, I guess first of all, before I end off, look at this badge! Mr. Roylott, what do you make of this? Listen, do you know why I'm wearing these dark glasses? No, not really. So I do not have to look at things I do not want to look at. Do you understand me? I wish I could point out that you can still see things, even when wearing sunglasses. But this chilly air has frozen my lips shut. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna save this here. The Adventures of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for me. And I think I think for these Ace Attorney streams, since this game appears to be a lot longer than the other games. I've already saved. I haven't. Why I haven't saved? Yeah, I've already saved. I think I'm actually going to start these streams earlier in the future, just so I could. Yeah, I'm gonna start these streams earlier just because I want to get more progress in without having to end so late. This is so dumb. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the best thing for me. So with that, I will see you next time. Whoever decides to lurk or watch this VOD on Twitch or on YouTube. Thank you, and good night.